Okay. Anyway, thank you and welcome to the Inspired Corner Poetry Recital, which has become a regular monthly feature. To Lantern's point, I'm back. I think I only took the 1 month off. For those that don't know, the reason why I took time off, my daughter passed back in March, and I just needed to just take some time off and recalibrate and focus on my healing and my own family's healing. So, but the good news throughout all of that, poetry was consistent. I wrote a number of pieces in her honor, and you know, it's during those kind of times where I believe you should lean on your spiritual beliefs and practices, and poetry is part of that. So that was a blessing in regards to helping me through this process that we're still going through. So. But overall, I'm doing well. So it's good to be back and seeing these beautiful faces and from around the world. It's really cool that we live in a time where, because of technology, we can gather in this fashion. So once again, thank you and welcome to coming to Recital. Before we get into the feature, just want to lay a little groundwork. When you are not on, please keep your mics muted. I'll do my best to keep an eye if anyone's mic's open. It happens. If it does happen, don't feel all bad about it. It does happen. I've been in Zoom meetings where I thought I was muted, and all of a sudden my mic came on. But just do your best to make sure you're muted. When the feature and when the artists are done performing, you can unmute yourself and snap up your fingers, give them a clap, give them a big virtual hug. It takes a lot of courage, whether you're virtually doing this or in person, to take the mic. So I always think it's great to show our appreciation to each other, by snapping or clapping up. The format is very simple. Once I stop speaking, I introduce the feature. They have 20 minutes to perform, and then followed by a 10-minute question period where I'll ask them a series of questions. I also invite anyone in that's attending that if they have a question that they would like to ask, you're more than welcome to do so. When we get to the recital of the poets, each poet will have an opportunity to do 2 pieces. I used to do 3, but our shows tend to go like 3.5 hours. So as much as I appreciate you guys always sticking it out, it's a bit too long. So I like to try to keep it within the 2.5 hour period. So each poet will have 2 pieces. So bring your best or whatever you feel that you would like to share. This is a safe space, but this is also a space that respects free speech. So I trust the adults that I see before me. I trust the experiences that you've had, that you're respectful people, and that you will say things in a respectful way and honor each other by listening, not just with our ears, but with an open heart. Other than that, the biggest thing is to enjoy each other, but to enjoy yourself in this moment of sharing and listening. Because I think, like I said, I think it's a beautiful thing when we can gather and share our experiences through song or through poetry. It's these sorts of gatherings that help us to realize we're actually not that different. We're very similar. I keep pushing that narrative because I've heard it my whole life, how different we are. And we are different in some degrees, but we're more alike than different. And we do the same things, we just practice differently. We use food, we all use food and have food as a centerpiece in our culture. We just prepare things differently. Song, words, art, we all do the same things, we just practice differently. And it's in the differences of practices that I embrace. I want to understand why do you do things the way you do? Why do you say things? What sparked that thought? Those are the things that interest me. From a human standpoint, because if I sat down and talked with each and every one of you individually, we realize we all have very similar experiences in our walks of life. So thank you for being here. Thank you for adding your energies, and we'll get started. I have the honor of introducing a feature called Kinfolk Nation. This is a group of Dia and Trophy. They're two young people that they're not just friends. I consider them family. We've known each other for a number of years. Like I said, they're based out of Kelowna, British Columbia, which is in the western part of Canada, in the province of British Columbia. I used to live there. I just moved back to Toronto from Kelowna after 17 years. And they're one of the joys that I consider from Kelowna, other than my son living there, because I got to know these two young people through the university system, and then we've become friends and like I said, family since then. They're a unique blend of African and Caribbean storytelling and music and poetry and everything that I think we all hold dear to our heart. They're very much in line with the Ubuntu philosophy. I am because you are. But I think that's enough to be said about these two beautiful souls. They're going to entertain us with their rendition of life and their experiences and those they've encountered throughout their walk that's filtered into their artistry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Kinfolk.
The invitation tonight is to relax. Relax and understand that we've made it this far. From around the world, so many on a Sunday to gather to listen to the expressions of other human beings.
Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Hey, I was looking at you, something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Hey, Papa Raw. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Yo, what's up, Red? What's up? Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Let your soul dance for a while. Let your soul dance for a while. Let your soul dance for a while. Dancing free like the birds. Let your soul dance for a while. Let your soul dance for a while. Let your soul dance for a while. Dancing free like the birds. My intentions are these. My intentions are these. My intentions are these. That you fly free like the birds. Something beautiful came to me.
Something beautiful came to me.
Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you.
Yeah. Ooh.
Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Something beautiful came to me.
Something beautiful
Something beautiful came to me.
came to me on a Sunday morning.
Something beautiful came to me.
Ripe and
And I
raw,
hope it comes to you.
pure and hot.
Something beautiful.
That something beautiful came on a Sunday morning.
Something beautiful came to me.
I never thought the day I would
Something beautiful
try to sing through a
came to
computer
me, and I hope it comes
and
to
love reaches through the airwaves.
something beautiful.
That something
Came
beautiful
to me.
comes to me so
Something beautiful.
that the microphone on my laptop
Something beautiful
is giving you
came to
a little bit of
me,
my
and
spirit,
I hope it comes to you.
because I'm hoping to connect with all of you,
Something beautiful
connect
came to me.
with barriers
Something beautiful
unlimited,
came to me.
to connect
Something beautiful
with
came to
distance
me.
afar,
Hope it comes to you.
but to still feel our human spirit.
Lay your soul down.
Let your soul
For
dance
a while.
just for a while.
Let your soul dance.
Your inner soul
For a while.
dancing.
Let your soul dance.
Your inner soul
For a while.
dancing so much.
Dancing free like the bird.
Awaken your spirit.
Let your soul dance.
Feel
For a while.
through the airway.
Let your soul dance. For a while.
The sharing of spirit.
Let your soul dance. For a while. Dancing free like the bird. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while. Fly free like the birds. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while and fly free like the birds. So leave your body, yeah. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body, yeah. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body, yeah. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body, yeah. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body, yeah. Leave your body for a while.
Just for a while.
Leave your body,
Leave your body.
leave your body,
Widen
yeah. Leave your body for a while.
Beat the mental
Leave
prison.
your body, leave your body,
The idea that
yeah.
you're limited to your
Leave
body.
your body for a while.
So leave your body just for a while.
Leave your body,
Let go.
leave your body.
Forget again.
Leave your body.
Forget so that you
for
can
a
remember.
while. Leave your body.
Forget so that you can
Leave your
remember.
body, yeah.
And remember the
Leave your
night
body
the nations
for a
gathered
while.
from far and
Leave your
wide
body. Leave your body,
with the
yeah.
intention
Leave your body.
Of just feeling human connection once again.
Leave your body. Leave your body.
Let's feel what technology
Leave your
has.
body for a
Can it still
while.
hold spirit?
Leave your body. Leave your
Because if
body.
it can't hold spirit, then it's dead.
Leave your body for a while.
So your spirit is life.
Leave your body.
Your breathing
Leave
is
your
life.
body. Okay. Leave your body for a while.
You're connected to it all.
Leave your body. Leave your body.
So if you can breathe and relax,
Leave your body for a while.
then you're alive.
Something beautiful
Then you're alive.
came to me.
Yes.
Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while. Leave your body for a while and fly free like the birds. Fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, fly free, fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, yeah, yeah, fly free, fly free, fly free, fly free, fly free, fly free, Ari, fly free, fly free, Ari, fly free, fly free,
Yes.
fly free, fly free, Ari, fly free, fly free,
I really hope you're feeling what I'm feeling in my
fly
room.
free, Ari,
I'm feeling good.
fly
I'm feeling good just being with you guys, man.
fly free, fly free.
I woke up at
fly free,
8 a.m. with excitement.
fly free, fly free.
Having been invited to a birthday party yesterday, they said, hey, we want to have some nice music.
Fly free,
We got another chance to sing again.
fly free, fly free.
Just another day to sing again
Fly free,
a sweet song.
fly free.
But Ross said, hey man,
Fly free,
the show will be at 8 a.m.
fly free,
Will you still be able to bring the music?
fly free,
Hell yes.
fly free, fly free, yeah, fly free,
Yeah.
fly free.
Even at 8 a.m. man, we still got it.
Fly free, yeah,
Through
fly
technology, I bring you my bedroom.
fly free, fly free.
This bedroom is so beautiful. It's
Fly free,
created
fly free,
life.
yeah,
Call it our
fly
son.
free, fly free.
That music lives in my
Fly
bedroom
free, fly free,
because I married the music.
fly free,
I heard her
fly
singing
free,
somewhere and I said,
fly
hey,
free,
I want to do a show.
yeah, fly
Because I did a show,
fly
I wanted to hear her sing again, just one more time.
Fly free, fly free,
So I invited Raw
fly free,
and a couple of friends
fly free,
to be like, hey, check a new
fly free,
gem that I found
fly free,
from the stones of many a humanity.
fly free.
I found one that sings this way.
Fly free, fly free,
And Raw
fly
came
free,
on the invitation of, hey, you're cordially invited to 435 Taylor Road.
Fly free,
This invitation is for you and you only. And that was a text message on Facebook Messenger. But he came, not knowing what it would be, not knowing what he would see. He answered to a call of love, just to have a day where there is intention for good time and story. And you know how he responds to us? If at 8 a.m. I give you the world, will you sing? And he had to believe that we'd make it on the Zoom, even after sometimes missing some of our meetings. But oh, when you say come at 8 a.m. for the music, oh, best believe, even if there was a storm, we're gonna crash it just to come and play music with you one more day. Inspired words. You inspired words. You inspired words. Now the world has music because you created space to inspire words. And you said even if we are far, we'll still be together. We'll use what we have. Somehow you figured out through Zoom to invite your friends into our bedroom and see some of our bedroom business. This is how we strategize to take over the world. One song at a time to build the Kinfolk nation. The nation is the freest nation in the world. Once you join, you do whatever you want.
Something beautiful.
If you want to sing, you sing. If you want to dance, you dance. If you want to feel, you feel, but we encourage you to feel.
Something beautiful.
This nation preaches total freedom.
Something beautiful.
Freedom like the Negmawon, guided by the philosophy of Ubuntu. Ubuntu, I am because you are. This is a response to the world saying, it's Africa's time to speak. And we guys can show you how to come together. That's our thing. We've done it in the midst of all the chaos. You know that Africans are still smiling today. No matter what they say, if you meet an African, somehow, somewhere they're smiling. Just give them 5 minutes. They're smiling because they have Ubuntu. And Ubuntu is in everybody. It's humanity. That's all it means. Abantu, people. Just us. It doesn't matter. It didn't say people from a particular region. It said Abantu. Omuntu, a person. Bantu, the people. So these are Bantu stories. Bantu stories that still exist up to now. Because we are connected to our humanity. And that lies in us all. Ubuntu. Yeah. So something beautiful came to me today. And that something beautiful is the sound of Ubuntu. The new jazz. The new reggae. It's the new sound. The sound of African liberation. The sound of us all. The sound of human liberation. We only ask one question tonight that you think about. Simple question. What was the name of Africa before the colonialists came? It's a simple question, but just dance with it just for 1 week. And if you feel like dancing with it for a month, just dance with it. The answer does not matter. Just think about the question. Just like think about the words in that question. Just for a week, take your time. But listen,
Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Something beautiful came to me, and I hope it comes to you. Woo.
And the train comes. The train comes. The train comes. The train comes to a stop. Stimela. Stimela. The train comes from South Africa. We're dreaming a train that flies down to Kampala and visits Nairobi on the east. A train that will go from the east up to the north and to West Africa's Ghana, where many stories live too. Then we'll go to the Sahara Desert, carry stories of the Adinkra symbols, and keep moving down to Zimbabwe.
Makadi.
And pass by Namibia, remembering Botswana, and listening to the Portuguese of Angola and Mozambique. We slide down. We come together, the African way. We don't forget those at the north of Morocco, Tunisia, the Sudan, Ethiopia, a different type of Africans, those. They are the ones who know that the Middle East is just an idea. That the Middle East is just an idea because people across there connect. So their Africa crosses and becomes bigger. Africa now moves closer to the Middle East. And if you go to the Middle East, you know that India is right close. Indonesia, Asia, Eurasia, whatever way you say. Now Europe is in the conversation. And Europe I find fascinating because you've mastered words. But do you remember that the words are not the thing? Do not get lost in the words. The words will make you forget who you are sometimes. How do you allow silence come in? How do you allow a new song come in? A new song by a human whose story you don't know. Because you have gotten lost in the words. But still, when the song comes, your spirit will open to remind you to forget your name. Forget your name. Forget Europe. Forget the word. For it's just a word. Europe. Let's take down the barriers of our culture for just 1 second and connect. Because once we cross Europe, now the Americas are in the conversation. Definitely. We danced with Latinos last night, people. We danced with Latinos last night for a birthday. Latino style. So on our journey here, we had to carry that energy. And say, man, we connected on music and art and stories. We danced till late night. We danced till late night knowing we had to wake up at 8 a.m. So we said, hey, we're gonna have to figure out how to glide through this one. But at 8 a.m. when we come, Shit, we got some music.
Party.
We have some stories.
All night.
We're gonna connect.
We partied.
Yeah.
All
The
night.
whole world today
Party.
comes together.
All night.
We connect, yes.
And the baby is at grandma's house. So we party.
Yeah.
All night.
Yes.
We party.
Parents are also supposed to have a good time.
All night.
We have to remember how to have a good time, man. We can't forget to have a good time. Because when we have a good time, the kids are having a good time. Trust me.
All night.
We need to bring that energy back
Party.
to teach them how to play.
All night.
Because some of the older generation played better than the new generation.
All night.
So how do we remind our children how to play?
All night.
How do we show them how to play even when the game is difficult?
All night. We party.
Is to remember how to play. And as I invite silence in, I'm so grateful to be here, to meet with the world, to ride on the steamer, to feel that the train came to Africa. Yes, it may have come with sorrow and pain, but steamer, we ride the spiritual train. The African spirit is awakening. To us, the chaos of COVID was not something new. We know chaos. We weren't too worried, but we were surprised at how in Canada, they gave money to people to stay. I was like, wow. Yes, it will cause inflation later, but they say they hang in there. They had some extra cash. But for us who didn't have the extra cash, man, we had to find a way to still ride Stimela. Because you know it's our turn to bring back a new music to the earth. Just as we did jazz, just as we did reggae, just as we did the Zumba, just as hip-hop dancers on the train as well. Stimela, a new sound is coming. It's the sound of Ubuntu. Stimela. Stimela. And as we board out the train, welcome to the Inspired Word Station. We thank you all for bringing us to this wonderful session. I'm your captain speaking. I'm your captain speaking, the Ubuntu child, Jovi, and your host.
I'm the one on the microphone on the train. You know, they say, hey, you know, we need everybody to put their bags to the side. I'm that person, you know what I'm saying?
The lady dear, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be talking to you. Huh? Be like, what's up? Welcome to the spiritual train, man.
It's also known as the melody.
What's up? What's up? You on this train with no physical destination? We on a spiritual one.
Welcome to the Kinfolk Nation. Thank you.
Hey. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel it?
Like how do you guys, you know, you just played for what, 20 something minutes like that?
Yeah.
Like that. I want more. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's just amazing. Unmute your mic, guys. Let them feel the love. Like snap it up.
Oh,
Move it up. That
yes.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That
was grass. That was really, really.
was a warm welcome. Really awesome.
Thank you.
I feel like I just stepped into not a song, not a poem. I just stepped into the spirit of just life and just how it flows. and this flows. And the spirit of Ubuntu is definitely alive and well. I am because you are. And as you're singing and you're mentioning my daughter, Irie, I hear a voice in my head say, tell him thank you for seeing me, for hearing me, for feeling me. So that was good. It felt warm. For those of you who don't know, Irie was my daughter's name, but Irie is also a Rasta term saying, really, all it really means is, I'm feeling Irie, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling joy, I'm feeling love. So I was feeling that. So that was good. Thank you. Well done, guys.
Oh,
Well
thank you.
done, well done.
Thank you guys so much. And
Well
if
done.
I may say, thank you so much for holding this space. And when I say holding the space, is coming together and just being here, like your presence here energetically is so powerful that for us, it gives us energy. And so why we request to connect with people is say, I want to connect to your energy, your life being. And if you accept the connection, that's the acceptance of human connection, just a reminder again, because it's good that we forget. So when we come back and reconnect, it's beautiful. You can go through a number of days. It doesn't matter. But when we have a moment where we can really celebrate and share and connect, and this is the first time I'm connecting here with everyone. It's online. It feels a little different, but because I love Raw and I know his heart, and he's really taken care of us in our lives really deeply. So when he calls out and says, I have a couple of friends, I'm like, your friends must be good. They have to have good energy, because he's opened a lot of doors for us here as well and connected us to people and really said, yo, come out there and shine your light. Just shine your light. And that's all he called. He said, don't let anything stop you. Just shine your light. So the fact that he's doing this now and bring people from all over the world and saying, hey, come again. The invitation alone was enough to say, when we come, I prepare my spirit that I'll be ready to connect with everybody, that I'll be ready to share my heart and our home and just us raw. This is who we are. We just want to connect and go on a journey together and really connect so we go far. For Africans, they say, if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go far, and I think for life, I want to go far and rich and deep. So I just really want to connect with everybody and let's talk, let's dream, let's gather and have moments just to dream. I look forward to the journey with meeting everyone as we go, so that I can hear another dream, just another human dream that also allows me to dream just a little bit more, and that we can dream even across the technologies, right? And for all to really still believe and say, okay, still something good has come out of all this chaos, right? Because now we have this to connect to Africa. I was really looking at you all and really feeling the vibe. And because I haven't been home for like 4 years, 4, 5, almost 6 years, I want to still know, could I connect with
medicine,
with everybody again? Will the Africans still believe that I still have it, right? I still have the connection. I still have the beat. And so to see that happen and in witness with the whole world, and to actually ask, bigger than the barrier of the African, who are we as human beings? And I think that's the deeper question that came when I stepped on the stage and we saw everyone. I said, whoa, the world is here, right in our face. So, whoa, okay, whoa, that came really fast, a chance to sing for the world.
Auntie, we're in the same country right now. Kinfolk Nation. Hey.
So Ro, thank you very much. I think that's and for each one of you who came here is a new light, a new shining in this constellation. So each one of you being here was more powerful. It's just one more witness to our human magic of expression, to our human magic of connection. Just one more human. So each human is a life form. Each life form is a world. So then there's multiple worlds, and multiversity comes here together to share simply in expression, to say that certain things are past the words. Let sound carry it just a little bit, but even let silence and patience carry through that sound, that moment, that being, that presence. That your presence to say, here and now, a time exists. A time where we connect together again. A time. A time. In our memories, it will last forever. But we have this moment, a time to come and say, at this point in a life, in many a life, from many a country, from many a place, from many a creed, from many a philosophy, from many an understanding, we came together. And in that night, we did not know what to expect. But when we logged on for just another Sunday of connection, ooh, a story from Africa trickled in. Tick, 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 tick. Woo! And it brought the world together, eh? We felt our magic again. A reminder of our humanity, that even those who have been pressed and pushed still bring a sweet wine. The wine has to go through the press, right? But for this time in life, there were those who were pressed so much that when a new chaos came in, woo, they danced and celebrated because they were like, yes, a new chaos is a time for a rebirth. It's a time for a rebirth. So they began to celebrate the rebirth. So right now, even me, I'm in a time of celebrating rebirth, the rebirth of life. Yes, the other one ended. Yes, you may have killed it with, yes, disease came in and death came in, but death is part of life, because sometimes you have to cut the bud for a plant to grow again. It will grow again, but that death is a new life. Just like the seed is the death of all the energy of an old plant, giving all it can to that seed to hold memory, that when this seed touches soil again, it will remember how to grow again. And even in the forgetting of where it came, life will remember how to live because it will breathe. The death is to teach us on how to breathe again. It's a chaotic time. Slow down, chill. It's time to feel. Remember the memories of the melodies. They will guide you through because there were stories hidden in them. So in your words and in your art, will you hold deep a story that when someone from far and wide connects to it, they will really breathe air from your work, from your being, from your memory. So when you get on that painting piece, express the truth in your way, in your language. We need many languages because one language alone cannot hold human expression. Even in the English language, we have to break it down to poetry and music and subcultures. We skate, oh, we're Christians. And oh, we have these subcultures, keep flowing cultures, just our terms of engagement, just how we relate as humans. But there's one thing we all know. If you're patient, it'll order itself. So be patient with people. The next door person to you. That's where Ubuntu lives. It lives next to you. Who's the next person next to you? That's the one that you preach the gospel you believe into. Will they believe it from the way you walk, from the way they see you live? Does your philosophy, does your heart, does it liberate? Is that where the liberation lives? So what's my philosophy to life? It's to live. Hey, I don't know about sin, but I know a life lived is a life well lived. Because each life that has come here is allowing me to live just another day, to live this dream just another day longer. To answer the question that if I wake up at 8 a.m., do I still love to do this? And I feel like I get the answer today, yes, yes. I'll come in with all my heart and I'll do my best not to let you down with anything.
You can't let me down, brother.
Right? Because I just want to honor the fact that you still want us to connect in the same way, right? To believe in the human spirit. And I credit you for that. We have a lot of discussions with Roland, and sometimes we don't agree, but we get a chance to disagree. For us, sometimes we miss it. A chance to disagree and come back and still discuss it again.
I'd love the fight.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Got him this time, from the discussion that we grew, we wired it out, we engaged with it. And I think those are things that we've learned.
And just talking about disagreeing, I'm talking about yelling in the kitchen and sometimes people banging on the table.
Right?
Yeah,
but that allows for this moment.
Have the full human experience.
Yeah. Yes, the full human experience.
That's needed in the world today. This is why, I was debating who to have as kind of coming out of my little hiatus, and I couldn't think of a better group of people, to do this. When I listen to you guys, it reminds me of the spirit that we are. And it's through poetry and song and dance and all the other art forms that we're given a chance to remember we are spirit. And we're spirit having this human experience. This is why we're all connected. This is why there are moments we can come together and remember without saying anything and just feel. We just feel it. It flows in us because it's who we are. We're everything that we see and everything that we do not see and understand. I am the everything and the nothing. And that's what Ubuntu is also about. We're not disconnected. We are just living the illusion that we're disconnected. But it's through these gatherings and through sharing our creativity, it reminds us of the spirit that we are. So yeah, my daughter just died, but her physical body died. The energy, the essence of her can never die. Many people died that day. Many people are dying now. They're just shedding the physical understanding, and a door opens to the next experience. So while we're here to experience the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful of life. That's what makes it rich and full. This is why we can gather and talk and agree, and then we can gather and talk and disagree and do it with energy and emotions and passion and love. Because we're not meant to always agree, but can we talk freely? Can we share freely of our thoughts and what drives us with others so they can understand? And when we do that, we actually see the similarities. We just may disagree with the outcome or the practice, but we all have that in us. So to me, that's what Kinfolk Nation means. So I'm not just honored to know you. I'm not just honored that the song is the words that you share, the invitation that you issue to each of us to remind us that I am because you are. Thank you so much. I think we just did the interview. I want to ask you a couple of not serious questions. I started doing this a few shows back where I asked questions to the invited guests, simple questions, silly questions, just to get to know you in a different way. And I think the audience here today has gotten a really good feel for who you are. And I've seen a few of you who already wanted to reach out. Trophy and Dia, I invite you to read the comments in the chat. There's a number of people already wanting to connect with you guys and get to know you. And that's one of the beauties of doing this. From past shows, new people that have come on that have never recited before, like my friend Daniel in Australia, has now connected with so many other people from around the world and helping him with his book and all these things. So it's always warms my heart when we can bring people together and then they leave this format, but they don't leave each other, they stay connected. So there's a lot of new people here, so I invite you to reach out. I just want to ask you a couple of things before we get into the other poets. What is your favorite cuss word?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. No,
I don't even say that.
That's the one, yes.
If you had to take a so-called regular job, if you had to have another profession other than being storytellers, what would you do?
Ooh, you know what? Can I tell you? This is a dream of mine, okay? I created this job in my mind. my dream would be a spiritual intelligence agent.
Okay.
That's my dream.
That's
What I mean by that is, to quickly finish, is I wanted to actually have this dream that sometimes that I want to go to my government and say, hey, we need a spiritual intelligence agency to spiritually help us figure out what we need to do as a nation to really figure to, let's attempt it spiritually. Yeah. So that's
okay.
it. That's what I want.
Well, I'm going to challenge you to make that happen, because I think we need more and more of that on this planet right now.
Wait, I want to answer.
I was just going to say, Dia, what's yours?
Oh, I just want to find out clearly. For me, like, don't miss me. For me, I would be like an agent, like a dream investigator. Like I'll be like figuring out what's happening by like hearing everybody's dreams and like piecing it together and being like,
All right. Again, I'll challenge you to make that happen. So, because I'm sure a lot of people would want that. What is your favorite sound in the world?
Wow. His favorite sound?
that's just like Glory's voice, my son's voice.
I figured you would say that.
Yeah.
My favorite sound is silence.
The silence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If God did exist, and I only say that because we don't know for sure, and it's not an attack on anyone's belief. But if Yah did exist, and you're walking up to the pearly gate, what would you want Yah to say to you as you approach the pearly gates?
Well done.
Well
Well
done.
done. That's it. That's all. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done.
Yeah.
Does anyone in the audience have a question they would like to ask before we wrap this up and get the other poets reciting? Kate, unmute yourself, Kate.
Thank you. Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Where, my friends in Africa, will you bring your spirit counseling when you go? Which country?
Ooh, I'm glad that you asked that question, because I guess if we're to share something really deep with you guys that we've never shared with anyone, and that's to share part of your vision. We actually want to set up what we call the Ubuntu Centers of Cultural Exchange. And what that is because we're engaging with culture, how can we have the world also come to Africa? Because truth be told, we are limited in movement most of the time. And what I mean is, like, everywhere you go, it's like everywhere you go, you have to apply for visas, and it's a lot. So how do we get the world to come to Africa? So what the thing is that we're trying to do is, through these centers, we want to have spaces where even Africans can travel within Africa, but anyone who wants to come and bring their story, bring their engagement for the sake of connection and teaching and sharing knowledge with other Africans, and especially artists as well, the creatives, then we can find a culture of solving our problems through a multiversity, not just a university, not just one way of thinking, not just one philosophy, not just one creed, but how many creeds connect together. So we keep drawing in our house the designs for the space that we want to have, and we want to have centers in different places in Africa. But we want to start the first center in we've got land in Zambia, but we've seen a piece of land in Uganda that is amazing. And guys, honestly, it's crazy because it's 500 acres of land. It has a water beach, and we have the whole plan. And it's on a bird sanctuary, and it's not even $1 million. It's about $700,000 to buy that piece of land. And we literally are like, okay, that's a goal. We've written it down there. We're going to figure out and slowly start to make that dream come true. because that's the base that we want to start and almost have like this community mini city of people traveling in to just connect in this way, because in each of you there's an engineer who has like an idea, but engineers need the artists too, and the artists need the business people, and the business people need the doctors, and how do we create a space where instead of coming to learn by stating and showing that you know a certain piece of knowledge, you're coming here to share knowledge, and the real degree certificate is the evidence that knowledge was exchanged, or there was intention for knowledge to be exchanged in the hope that if it helps, because really right now in the African situation, it's not just democracy that's solving everything. It's not just economics. It's a whole lot of things. It's everything. It's new things that we've not even imagined. It's a spiritual intelligence agency. But where's the space where you can have those ideas accommodated? And so that's really the goal of what we do. So, but really we've started here. And that's what with Raw, with everyone, we try to create space where we bring thinkers of every different field and thought to come to our house and just pitch your idea. Let's talk. Let's question. Let's engage with it. And if there's any way we can help, if it's just move you to one person, yeah. So sorry, I don't want to go too long, but that's in a short spiel. Yeah. Would like to have it in like 5 places. Yeah. And then, yeah. Yes.
I understand. I understand more deeply because it's not just physically arriving in Africa, but it's doing the work where we are right now, and that you have places that you have looked at, and 4 years ago you were there, and you will go back again. But it's about collaborating to pull together that tapestry, that weaving of people that support spiritual centers everywhere based on Ubuntu, a person to person. We are all so important. I'm sorry to ask one more time. You said Zambia and what other country?
Uganda.
Uganda is where the bird sanctuary is.
Yes.
So
sorry,
it's like the cultures are the centers are going to be in many places. So we have land in Zambia, and now you move to Uganda, and how does that dance happen? But then also, even the center being here, we are on Silk land, indigenous land here. And so the intercultural exchange that's happening here, you know, South African apartheid was based off the indigenous residential system here. So, you know, we look to each other for, you know, support, power, continuing, pushing through all those things. So that intercultural exchange even is here right now in this Silk land and stuff. So it's everywhere, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you.
Also, my cousin is in the house, cuz.
You have a cousin here? Nice. Yeah. All right. If you guys want to connect with Kinfolk with Dia and Trophy, please reach out to them through their Instagram, Facebook. Put your contacts in the chat, guys, so people know how to reach you. And then when I post this video, I'll also put it in again if people want to reach out. You know, as I was saying, you know, make your dreams come true. I may not be physically here when they happen, but I'll be around. You'll feel my presence because we never die. So, all right. Once again, before we move on, just snap it up real quick for Kinfolk. Give them a shake your hands, clap, whatever you do. Thank you so much again, guys, for that just soothing and connecting vibe that you bring, and then the words that you use to fortify why we are all here on this planet. So I'm grateful.
Can I say something?
Sorry, who's that?
I'm the cousin, supposedly.
Okay.
I think it's important to understand how we met. So like 2 years ago on my birthday, my sister forced me to do the ancestry.com thing. And I don't know if I wasn't like volunteering, I wasn't reluctant or anything, but I did it. And I just found out so many things about what I kind of already knew. Because I grew up in the West. I grew up in this diaspora. I grew up in the US with ties to the Caribbean. And I thought I knew I had parts, I knew I was part African. I mean, like from many parts of Africa, because my friends always told me, like from various countries, straight from where we come from, right? And so I finally did it. And one day I was checking on my links and I ran into her mom. And then we started communicating. And then her mom said, like, you've got to meet my daughter because my daughter and you are the same. Like, because like I'm also an artist and I'm also an activist and I also use music. And so finally we communicated, and she said the same thing to Dia. And so finally when we did talk, I think we talked for what, 2 or 3 hours straight. And it was like,
Yeah.
It was like talking to myself. It was like talking to a female version of my younger self, because there's so many things we had, and so many things that she did in life, she does in life, I did in life. We had so many like visions in common. So it was like, wow. So finally, this is the first time I've actually heard her live, because we've sent stuff to each other before, like birthday songs and stuff like that. And, but this is
And I remember you talked to Trophy too. You know, you guys were chatting it up. Like,
Yeah.
I feel so amazed when I'm like with you, like our connection, because it's like, because you were talking about what's the martial arts form? Capoeira.
Yeah.
See,
right? And it was
yeah.
like, it was just like, no, life is beautiful, man.
And then also for us diaspora people, it's like people who are born in this part of the world. When we were younger, like we've all been taught like we don't really have ties to Africa, and we really don't have culture, and we really don't have this, and we really don't have that. And to see actual living connections to where we're from, that's so liberating. Because like I mean, obviously this chocolate can't be bought in the store. So like I knew I'm from Africa, but to know the parts that I'm from, to know the languages that my ancestors speak, to know to get connected to the traditions that I'm from, it's the most liberating thing in the world. And it's like there are no words for that. And also to listen to them, to see her, and like, wow, it's like, yeah, we're family. They're like, there's no doubt, like we have the same vision. Like we're not twins, but we're close, you know. It's just so it's just like, and I'm sure our story's not the only one. We just have to dig deeper, because like the people who are in the West that have got the ancestry thing, there's things you can do to find the connections to our people who are across the seas. Because like we all have like thousands of hits, like to say like this is your genetic hit or something like that, but there's things that we have to do to make sure that we can connect and the push and things like that. But to have a connection with her, my God, it's like the greatest of blessings, you know. And I can't wait to get over there to meet them and meet the hubby too, because that's family too, you know. And because we're not that far from each other. I'm in Seattle, Washington, and so she's like 6, 7, 8 hours north, I think, but not that far. So eventually, I want to just be in that presence, you know, and maybe collaborate too, since I do art also, you know. But it's like this is.
Well, I hope you guys make that happen soon, because you are very close to each other, like very close. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing. See, this is why when we share our stories, look, at the end of the day, my belief is everyone on this planet started out in Africa. right? And I was just going to mention the name, but I'm not going to, because Trophy invited you guys to find out what Africa was called before colonization. So do some research, people. It's a good history. African history is actually humanity's history. So it's beautiful to hear when people connect. Yeah, so I hope you guys make that happen really soon, sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. And you actually just inspired me, because I have the ancestry test sitting here. My sister and I have been threatening each other to do it, and it's still sitting there. So now when she comes home from her road trip, I'm going to say we need to actually send that in. So thank you for that. That's to me, that's the universe. That's Yah saying, okay, get your butt in gear. So thank you. All right. All right, let's continue on. We have, I think we have about 8 people that would like to recite. Like I said, please keep it to 2. Keep it short, not short, but keep it, concise if you can, and share freely. Share what you want. So, in no particular order, I'm just gonna call people's names out. So, I'd like to get my people are in long time zones on early, so they can hopefully get off. If you feel the need to leave early, please do so. We appreciate when people can stick around to the end, but I also know people live in different parts of the world and it's late for some people. So if you feel you need to leave, just do so and feel no guilt about doing so. We're just grateful for the time shared together. So I'd like to invite my friend from Malaysia, Julian, to start us off in reciting some of his poetry. Julian.
Hi. Wow, that was an amazing performance. Thank you so much for Kinfolk Nation. That was beautiful. This is called The Tunnel. Just the one poem. Someone said this poetry open mics are akin to bridges, but I say they're more like tunnels. In a tunnel, sometimes when you enter, you are excited, sometimes a little nervous, uncertain, sometimes you are wired, tired, seeking solace. You enter the darkness with hope that there is light on the other side, that you will eventually find a way out, even if you have to dig your way out. When the host asked everyone to unmute and show some love, did you stay muted, camera off, aching inside? Was the echo chamber too loud for your ears? When you clicked leave, was it then a relief? When it was over, did you return to your side of the tunnel, underwhelmed, undelivered, uncrossed? Is your side of the tunnel still hollow, a chasm of sameness, indifference, apathy? A cluttered desk you swear is an organized mess, a shelf of unread books, a lone couch, and empty, unwashed mug? Was the friend request ignored? Did the email go unreplied? Was the text message you sent ghosted for days, weeks, months? Like a clock on the wall that stopped ticking when no one was looking? Sometimes there is a disconnect. But I hear you, I see you, I feel you. I too have a hole of unburied grief. I pray some nights you see the glimmer on the other side. I hope your heart pounds so hard inside you, you could hear your ribcage crack with every beat. I hope you are so moved that you somehow transcend space and time and melt into the screen. I hope some words are so tender they swoon your soul and it grows wings and it orbits the heavens. I hope across this optical illusion, this digital hallucination, these amplified bits surfing on fibrous light waves, you are somehow lit. I hope you cup that light in your hands like a firefly. Bottle it, watch it glow tonight till you drift off to sleep, afloat on a cloud of happy childhood memories. For our precious time together here is a time tunnel, a hidden underpass, a secret passageway. We plow through it with bare hands, calloused by this sentencing of our own making. When it seems all around us, the bridges are being broken and all the war drums beat louder and louder. When all you and I want is the same thing, some peace of mind, some shared silences, some soft music, and some soothing words, and to hear someone, anyone, on the other side, digging, still digging. Thank you.
Oh, my brother.
Woo,
Every
woo, 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 woo.
time I
Wow.
hear your words, I shake my head. You're brilliant. I'm going to be featuring Julian in the coming months, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys can all attend. I just think you're just magnificent. I just love not just your words, the way you deliver it, and the sincerity in your voice. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. Up next is a brilliant man as well, Landon. Where's my friend, Mr. Carrier, Mr. Landon Carrier? Are you still with us?
I'm still with you, yes, yes, yes. I was going to do one, but I'm kind of moved to do a piece for you as well. So without further ado, I'll start. The first piece is called No Farewell. Although you may weep when I am gone, I will be neither dead nor sleeping. On the Elysian wheel of time, I'll travel to the soul's sacred bliss of another glorious dawn. No farewell. Instead, let's evoke an exquisite song, a sweet melody of priceless gems in the now and peerless diamonds in the hereafter. Let us listen to the birds sing and the fragrant flowers unfurling to our weeping, carrying our tears to paradise. Our hearts mourn now, but will eventually awake with joyful delight, a boon from the Master's blessings. Let us listen while the bugles blow and the trumpets call, to know that in time, dear ones shedding tears will be comforted. Dance with shooting stars, carry the scepter of love in the New Jerusalem, give praise and adulation for the grandeur of love. Although we will grieve with funeral songs and bleeding hearts, lament the sons and daughters we have lost, we will bring grace and mercy to their souls, born out of our spirit of sacrifice and fortitude, resilience and concern. No farewell, for even as the sun sets and rises again at daybreak, even as the effulgent moon glistens in the darkness, and the nightingales sing upon another virgin morn, so too will you rise again chanting Alleluia to our Lord. And in the breath of the breeze will we feel your spirit. The wind will carry the joys and sorrows of your yesterdays and the exaltations of your tomorrows, to place them all at the feet of the beloved one. Thus will your spirit be sanctified. Cherubims and seraphims chant their name, and the glories of heaven will sparkle at the gates of serenity and supernal beauty. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away now, steal away to Jesus. Poem 2 is a similar kind of poem. It's called Growth. From stone I rose to vegetable. From animal I evolved human, constantly moving in an upward spiral. I grow constantly and will eventually shed this mortal coil. Nothing remains the same. I dance in a play of impermanence, like a mirage in the desert, believing the transient while forgetting the real. Growth, like hope, a candle of light, relies on love which sometimes feed me adversity, pestilences, tsunamis, earthquakes to enhance my progress. Just as I feel uncomfortable with stools but love the child, so too I appear to hate what I truly wish to love. I feel uneasy with that which hurts me, and flock to like sheep my near and dearest ones. Yet growth is a paradox, which even as it gives us the light of roses, so too it is born out of the sting of thorns. The cry of the newborn is a magical melody to the mother, yet it comes with labor or intensity of pain. Everything grows through struggle. Growth will appear like a sharp-edged sword, and wisdom will not descend without challenges. Revolution means transformation, but in the process, the vision is like chaos and confusion before it becomes the hanging gardens of Babylon, the Greek pyramids of Egypt. Science has brought great advances in medicine, technology, electronics. I fly to the moon and sometimes achieve the seemingly impossible. Yet in my pursuit for materialism, I must learn not to impede the opulence of the heart. Color and vial has adorned the media, but ease of access has only enhanced my shadows. Surgery undoubtedly helps, but like war itself, it is the nature of scalpels to leave scars. As a child, I spoke and understood like children do, but when I became a man, the childish things diminished. For now, a murky droplet, I grit the river face to face, knowing that one day I'll cease to be the drop flowing to the ocean, but the ocean in the drop. This is growth, matured into wisdom, of course. I have moved from kindergarten to university, each flower as needful as the other, for to the child lilies have their own charm as daffodils to me. Life gave me lemons, without which I could not know mangoes. Sometimes I touch the stinging nettles before embracing the magnolias and cherry blossoms. It is growth that teaches me that the potter molds me into clay only to shape me into a beautiful vase. Industrialization and knowledge, accompanied by some of the finest minds, have changed much, giving me greater incentives. Now I need the growth of the spirit to rediscover the glory of love. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Wow.
Life gives me lemons so I can know mango. Well done, Landon. And thank you for honoring me with that first piece. I'm grateful. Thank you so much. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, there's so many good lines in that in all those poems. Was it the nightingale sings upon the virgin moon or something like that? It's funny. I have a piece I'm working on where I talk about the moon because the moon hovers above it and has seen it all, has witnessed all that we've done on this planet. So,
indeed.
Brilliant line. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right, up next, all the way from Greece to a screen near you. You're gonna grab a blanket because you're in for a meditative brilliance. So, anyway, snap it up, put your hands together for Alexandria.
I can't share the screen though.
Yeah, you can. Why can't you?
Yeah.
I'll share it. Hold on.
Oh.
You should be able to now.
Okay, thank you. So, can you see the designs going by?
You see them, yep.
Okay. In the temple, high above the sea, a sweet, gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a sweet flame burning in every heart, melting all resistance under the powers that guide us through sorrow and joy within and without, knowing how not to hurt or be hurt by others, to be proud of ourselves on earth as above, unable to understand, unable to bear cruelty, using our strength to protect, to care for. Dancing, dancing, to diffuse. In the waves, over the waves, transcending, higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds, in the sunlight. Flying, flying, in the superlight. In the temple, high above the sea, a sweet gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a clean energy in every flower and tree, soil and water, wind and sun. Our duty to our planet, knowing how to sustain and be sustained by nature. To be proud of all business people on earth as above, unable to understand, unable to bear war, using our kindness to soothe, to comfort. Dancing, dancing, to transform. In the waves, over the waves, transcending, higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds, in the moonlight. Flying, flying, in the superlight. In the temple, high above the sea, a sweet gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a safe haven for every child, woman and man. Our duty to mankind, knowing how to treat and be treated by others. To be proud of all rulers, on earth as above. Unable to accept, unable to bear degradation, raising our human hearts to be noble, to create values. Dancing, dancing, to be sublime. In the waves, over the waves, transcending, higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds, in the starlight. Flying, flying, in the superlight. In the temple, high above the sea, a sweet gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a unity of people from all nations, unlocking the gates of our minds and our hearts into salvation, knowing how to forgive ourselves and others, to be proud of humanity on earth as above, unable to accept, unable to bear discord, raising our human souls to be noble, to uphold values. Dancing, dancing, to render sublime. In the waves, over the waves, transcending, higher and higher. Winners, despite our wounds, into the rainbow light. Flying, flying, in the superlight. Flying, flying, in the human, divine superlight. Thank you.
Oh, my friend, so good to hear your voice and your poetry again. I mean, I know you reached out to me over the last couple of months, but you just touch my heart every time I hear your words and your voice, the way you just recite. So we do miss your husband, but like I said, I enjoy when you recite as well with the visuals. So thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, well done, well done. Okay, is Daniel still here? And if I don't see him, if Daniel comes back. Oh, he is red. There he is. I forgot you changed your name. Up next, this is one of the young men I was telling you guys about. He showed up a couple of months back for the first time and just blew us away. And not just his poetry, just him, his personality and his vulnerability was quite touching that he was willing to share. So I know your pieces are longer, so if you want to share one with us, I'm so honored.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute before you start. Are you about to have a baby?
No baby yet. But
Oh, okay.
actually, I've met a woman since the last poetry.
Okay.
And it's been going good. Her name is Dana. She's here. She's really shy at the moment.
Nice to meet you. No, I just saw a photo with you down by a woman's belly. I'm like, what?
Oh no! Do you know that? Remember that photo that got uploaded on Facebook? Yeah, so we were joking to her friend.
Oh, okay.
We ate a lot that night. We took a photo, and I was kissing her belly, but we were mucking around, and I go, "Oh," as a joke to upload it on Facebook, and it actually uploaded, and we didn't notice for a couple of days, and I added like 60 people, so they would have seen it. But,
Right.
yeah, life's been good, but life's changed a lot since the last poetry. So my poetry, what I'm going to read tonight, or for me tonight, is a lot different to what I normally write. So hopefully it's a lot more uplifting. So yeah. So did you know once upon a time isn't the best way to start a rhyme? Now to be delivering an empowering message, like one from your heart, faith of powering art. You already know this is showing I'm quite smart. To tell you the real story, well, for once, like I've always said, I'll see my glory. I met someone so bad, the ugly but embraces the beautiful. Foreground of like living life in a pound, walking on your knees on the ground, but that isn't a great sound. Commotions, demotions, but it's your emotions that evaluate the situation at hand. But my life's never been bland. Adidas, Nike, Versace, and Hermes, fancy brands like having a really cool, famous band. Although, what's better than all these? A real everlasting love, finding that treasure, feeling higher than that best pleasure. Remember when you were young? The best night on the drugs, but for some, they might have turned to something not so dumb. But all those endorphins helping happiness to start morphing, more like it's forming because as you hear in my voice, the smiles are real. Can't we all now show a little rejoice? As you're liking the sound of this bloke's voice. Happy, smiling, but it's something you haven't felt. Now living, thriving. What's been feeling so keen since we were even younger before you even opened up. Seeing how life really is when you live outside the cup. So two souls meet, the fire roars. As the flame meets, the spark. Now it ain't that dark. A white knight in shining armor, and I promise that it is I will never harm her. We already are a team, helping each other get out the sauna, you know? Dealing with one another's trauma. Now, where's the beautiful roses from Interflora? Subsequently, this really doesn't happen that frequently. So it's a love, you know, real because it's so deeply that you feel life finally praising you for real. Being tortured was something I was so used to living that as the normality, living traumatizing mental brutality. Thankfully, I've always been true, stick to people like glue. Your own crown is something you have owned since you were born. Why does everyone sit in the dark, tooting their own horn? Although they aren't even being truthful to themselves, yet they say they sit on the top shelf of life, watching grim cut everything away from you, but you still sit there with no clue. But wasn't it you that said you were on the top? Alone does the same sound of saying that same thing by yourself. Does it pop or does it make you drop? Because just how I miss little Charlie Brown and my brother Blue, just like a hopping kangaroo, I think everything I've said sounds kind of true. I've always said I'll really be good at the blues. And I think 2 more weeks I'll write that song in memory of my dad, John. Would you all have a listen and sing along? I know this beautiful one will, like Jack and Jill, Romeo and Juliet, Brad Pitt and Angelina. I'll make everyone this bet before the end of the year. One day I'll be, just to see that smile, no denial, marriage like a living carriage, a loving carriage. Everlasting is no more life riders. As for both of us, this is just a must. So live so and gorge, like your souls are being forged together. That debate, but it really ain't, because it's the best candidate. So yes, Dana is my soulmate. The 5-year anniversary of my brother's funeral. So you come to a life point. Greatness should prevail, but hatred is showering in forms of hail. How is one meant to strive for the best when you're surrounded with the worst? Negativity and pessimistic views, but really you've got no clue. As 1 hour marks the 5-year of the day we laid rest to my brother, David John Wimpy, I've never done this publicly, but I think it needs to be done in order for people to truly understand who I've turned into and become. My father truly raised the king. The two charged with the death of my brother, I forgive you both. In life, you make decisions you'd rather wish you could take back. It can't, and it won't. We aren't taught. We can't, and what we aren't taught is that once you let go of the bad and resentful energy, you can allow happiness and the feeling of joy to come back into your life. Whether or not I'm blind, lost the plot, whatever you want to call it, the truth, the above is the truth. Like, honestly, the damage you guys would have caused in your own families, whether or not you're truly remorseful, but in my eyes, if you're blocking the emotion, no matter who you are, the truth of the fact is you wouldn't want to be on either side's shoes, as neither life of that is one of glory. Both horrors, although not me anymore. I finally let go of all that. It only held me back to someone who was the bore. Like, I've always been one doing my life chores and bettering myself, because what my goal's been, finding the solutions to fix my depression, anxiety, PTSD, social anxiety. I've been doing this majority by myself. And guess what? I've won. I can talk about all the things in my life in a positive and push on positivity through the things I've lived. So don't let these words out of your head like a sieve. My life has just begun, and now I'm about to really live, love, and feel what this word has really in store. My art from the heart, just really it's my core. Now who's smart?
Oh, Daniel. Now, Daniel started this poem by going, this one's a little bit more uplifting than the other one, because he assumes the other ones are dark, and yet it's the other ones that drew us to you because of your vulnerability. The fact you were willing to share of the pain that you went through in losing your brother. And yes, your father did raise a king. I'll keep telling you that till I take my last breath. Your father would be very proud.
Thank you very much.
You know I love you, brother. I love you very much. So well done.
Thank you.
Your poem touches people. You know, maybe one day, you know, sometimes I think we lose a little bit with the connection, but I still think the power of you comes through. And that's what connects us. Like, you know, it's like Trophy says, you know, we feel that spirit in you. So
yeah,
thank you, brother. Love you. And I'm glad you found love.
Thank you.
She found a good man.
Yeah. Yeah.
She found a good man. All right. All right. I was going to start off with a friend, you know, kind of been around the world, and I wanted to go back home because going back to the Caribbean, but she's going to come on after this. So I'm going to, since Daniel was new, I'm going to invite a first-time poet to recite. She's a new friend to me as well, so I'm actually looking for, I haven't heard anything, so I'm flying blind, but like Trophy says, I trust what I bring into my world. So this young woman, Mariana, sits in the island of Saint Martin, so not too far from where I was born in Trinidad. Anyway, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to join this community. I was thrilled with the invitation. Thank you very, very much to everybody. This is a very big weekend for me. I'm a moon child, July born, and you know, the lunar eclipse and all of it. It was a moment. In fact, I'm looking forward in the next few days to bring out my first personal poetry collection called Full Moon Fire. And I wanted to, thank you so much. I wanted to share that with you. However, now meeting this community, if you would allow me, I'd like to share two poems, older poems, but the first one, of course, I hope it's okay. It's called Trophy. Yes, Trophy. My friend calls himself just a carpenter, but truly he is a laborer in love. Bareheaded and ungloved, he is l'ébéniste, the magus whose touch restores the forest's breath. He builds a perfect block of jatoba, shaves and chisels, fares and finishes, mindful that the shape can be revealed only in shadow, that darkness complements beauty in wood as in life. Forehead creased in contemplation and lips pressed into a line, he unfurls his palms and varnish flows like the remembered rivers of his boyhood home in Dominica. And from that acrid waterfall, a woman's hands emerge, bearing a spherical Excalibur, smooth and shining like tumbled beach glass. But the champions who await their prize on the dunes cannot know he knows what he knows and does what he does, the way a tongue knows salt and a heart knows whom to trust. That his hands move like wind in the flamboyant, fresh and constant, that their chalice shelters the mind of a geometer and the strivings of an artist. Thank you. Number one. And again, we are new friends. As I heard your story, and of course I offer you my condolences, I would like to share with you something that I wrote this week for a very close friend who lost her battle with ALS. And so I will call this In Celebration. If I were not a poet, but a physicist, I might write you words like these on a quiet night like this. I'd say, think back to science class and the laws that we learned first, that no energy is ever gained or lost in the whole universe. I could speak with real authority of particles and waves, one upon the other, and the conservation of energy that keeps us even still beside your beloved daughter. And of all the pieces of light that have shone from her into your eyes are still there to delight you when you remember her smile. I would say that so much energy flows from us in the form of heat, and part of her forever warms us, though her life on this plane is complete. I could assure you in the very best faith that science confirms across all time and space. Love is true and the evidence sound. You can take comfort knowing that your Irie is still around. According to the laws that govern energy, not a bit of her is gone. She's just become less orderly. Thank you very much.
My
Love
God.
that. She's just become less orderly. Brilliant way to end that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you more.
Yeah.
And my condolences for you on your friend's transition. Yeah, it's thank you. That was brilliant. Well done.
Thank you so
What
much.
a great first recital.
Thank you.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, and staying in the Caribbean, going back to my home island, where I was born in Trinidad. So this is my friend Angie. Angie is a mover and shaker. Well, I was going to say becoming. She's a mover and shaker in the poetry world. She has a Facebook page called Creation and Beyond, and she is her page has grown, and the invitation for poets, mostly poets, but I think also artists as well, to come and share and connect has been a blessing for many people, and I'm just glad I stumbled across her and then got to know her and get to hear her poetry. So all the way from Trinidad and Tobago, I invite Angie to share some words.
Hi, good morning, everyone. You think you can hear me? Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm just gonna share the last one I wrote. I'm not sure if you can hear me as usual.
No, we got you.
Can you all hear me?
We got you.
Okay. Okay, so this one is the last one I wrote last week. Within the polarity of the cosmos, I mesh the elements within, that elusive and formless entity, free-flowing, timeless in its never-ending journey, mysterious yet intriguing in its complexity, revealed only to the worthy few, given many names according to individual level of understanding, spirit, dark matter, feelings, intuition, together with the all-pervading energy, vibrant in its presence, being the pulse everywhere, welcoming in its nature, absorbing and dispelling all vibrations and frequencies, the storehouse of all knowledge. Sealed with the decayed remains of the cosmos, I embody the entire cosmos. The darkness of my form, coveting spirit, need light to see, but dark in contrast. Envisioned and forged to darkness, I come forth. Within the confines of form, I'm able to discover a variety of ways of being, experiencing the same content in different contexts, feeling everything. I find myself becoming more vibrant, understanding that I'm more than this form, this spirit, or the soul energy. I boldly embody this form as the greatest accomplishment I can render to the growth and development of all the elements of the cosmos. Yeah.
Wow, Angie. You're tapping into it's funny, your early poetry shared a lot of your experiences and some of the darker ones, but it seems like you're tapping into a universal understanding now. At least that's what I remember from not this last one, but even the one before that. So I'm really enjoying this new metamorphosis of you. You're coming into a new creative flow. I'm liking this a lot because I talk a lot about the universe. So that was brilliant. Well done. Thank you for that.
You have time for another?
Do one more, yeah.
Do you have time for another?
Yep,
Yeah?
you can do one more, definitely.
Okay, so this one is one I wrote beginning of last year. Spirituality, entity in human form. It's what we are, that invisible force that drives us to just be. Accessing that spirit that runs through our veins. When the sound of your voice makes too much noise, you know your spirit is crying out to be heard. The voices of the soul connects you to similar vibrating souls, beings that seem to appear from nowhere, now cross your path, sensing the vibe of oneness in thoughts and beliefs. It's the soul's calling to reconnect. There is strength in unity, the feeling of vitality of not being alone. Familiar faces fade, not aligned with your purpose. Feelings of renewed vigor of life, everything appears brand new. Your scope of possibilities exceeds your imagination. You harness the power in you. Learning to guide this newfound power gravitates likewise souls. Communicating, sharing experiences, natural abilities are discovered and developed. Our gift to the world, our purpose for being here, the call of our soul. The end. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Oh, thank you for coming and sharing so openly with us your beautiful words. Right. The soul, what is it? The soul is a calling to reconnect. Yeah, brilliant line. Thank you, Angie. Yes. Thank you. All right, let's continue on. Next up, she's not a new friend anymore. I guess we're just friends now. But she's a brilliant poet, like you all are. But I've enjoyed the open mics we've shared, and when I got to hear her for the first time. So my friend Kelly from the southern part of the United States, take the mic, please.
Thank you. Most people may know me as Sky's the Limit, but my real life name's Kelly. Either way, I'm good.
I like Kelly.
All right, that works. All right, first poem. I wrote this on the 9th. Feeling free, feeling me, feeling myself. Like I took me back off the shelf, like I tried to ride a bike and fell and got back up, but reached for the mic. Knowing that troubles will strike, but I will succeed. Because I'm destined for what I want, and today is all I need. With my friends and folks near and far that I love, and they loving me. But some people might not agree. Freedom is not always free if I expect it from anyone other than me. If I build self-made prisons and ask others to break them, their keys won't take to the locks because self makes them. Do I want to be both jailer and inmate on my path? A free woman on the earth, but limiting my craft and my existence to the size of an outdoor bird bath? Do I even want that aftermath? Nah, I was born a trendsetter. I'm gonna be better than the last me, and I don't yet want life to pass me. Not gonna let self-doubt catch me outside and trash me. Sing into the sky, not gonna lie. On a natural high and nothing can crash me. For I'm destined for what I want, and today is all I need. With my friends and folks near and far that I love, and they loving me. I'm feeling free, feeling me, feeling myself again. Being me ain't no longer a sin, should have never been, but we all begin somewhere. But whatever you do, please don't touch my hair. And don't touch my life if you don't care, because I won't stress over your apathetic derriere. I checked every one of my receipts, best believe, so I'm sure I didn't buy your BS that I received. You think you know my route, so you can see yourself out, and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord forgets to. Hey, we all want understanding and everybody plays a role, but finding ourselves is one of the main goals. Every spirit is a voice just waiting to be heard. I wish more minds decide to uncage their inner birds. Word, I just want people to know that I'm back and my confidence had my insecurity for a snack. So I no longer feel attacked. I'm feeling just fine. And I'm liking my design no matter what, because it's mine. I'm still destined for what I want. And today is all I need, with my friends and folks near and far that I love, and they loving me. My story is that Southern recipe, that Southern fried recipe that my family forgot to pass down to me. So pull up a seat, because this is still the best meal you ever gonna eat. Easy to consume, but hard to digest. Heart healthy, a defibrillator to the chest. It'll be bringing the next generation back to life. My words are also that fork, spoon, and knife. So have no doubt. This is the good stuff your mama warned you about. Make you wanna scream and shout on the nights quiet enough for sneaking out. My tongue is straight from the South. Have them saying, she's a bad mother, shut your mouth. Because these lips tell a story that quenched thirst and hunger, that soared high above and dove deep down under. I've weathered storms so much, my soul started speaking in thunder. And y'all might wonder if I'm lying. Guess the skies would know. I just hope my story got a while to go before I do, though. Because I'm destined for what I want. And today is all I need, with my friends and folks near and far that I love, and they love me. So that's the first one.
Come on, that's new?
That's the new one.
Oh my God. Okay, that's your best one.
Yeah.
Until the next one.
The next one is actually, I'm gonna revisit. It's called Renditions of Rogue, Little Letters to My Inner Child. It's something a little older. It's just kind of short. A well-rested poet can be a lot like the small of my back. On that note, I've never seen the small of my back. Start off with humor. Make the mirror jealous of what it cannot show. Shine like the street lights on a rainy night. Laugh like the wild hyena before a successful feast. Dance like life's a recital and follow your dreams as if they've left breadcrumbs. Live your life. Don't go back to what you've thrown away, because you cannot accept what you have lost. The problem isn't usually that we have facades. Maybe it's the fact we wear them for all the wrong people to greet those who would care. Mm-hmm. The pride of one man seems to go further than the apologies of a million. Are you simply living to die, or are you dying to live? You will never find beauty or peace at the end of a gun, no matter what end you're on. As one cannot leave the seeds out of an apple because they were not yet mature, one cannot discount parts of their past and expect to feel truthful to themselves. Cherish your body, celebrate your spirit, nourish your soul, strengthen your mind. You only have one of you. This isn't a test, this is the only chance you've got, so why not? And lastly, some more humor. Grab life's wheel, but steer it with your feet. That way, when life throws you lemons, you have the chance to throw them back at it. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Oh, man. What was that line in the first one? My confidence snacked on my anxieties.
My confidence had my insecurity for a snack.
That's you're a dangerous woman.
Thank you.
Oh, done. I think we're overdue for a little one-on-one recital between us. So, yeah, I invite you guys to do that. There's certain people I connect with, and we will jump on Zoom or whatever and just do our own little one-on-one recital. And I've done that with Kelly. I just love it. So, because yeah, your work is brilliant, and it's just great seeing your confidence growing.
Thank you.
It's great to see your confidence growing, because you need to keep smiling like that. Well, you don't need to. I invite you to. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and sharing. Up next, all the way from Kelowna. I don't know. He's also a friend of Trophy and Dia, and a friend of mine, young man, Patience. Come and share with us, my brother.
Hello, hello. That's Kelly really touched my heart. Thank you very much for putting this together. I'm actually in Uganda right now.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Uganda, UG, representing here. Yeah.
Are you back home to facilitate the project, or?
Yeah.
This young man put on a charity event a couple of months ago, which he asked me to MC, and to raise money to buy goats for young ones with HIV in Uganda, to help them live better and to be able to feed themselves and buy medicine and all this stuff through providing the kids and their family a goat. So when you talk about blessed souls who embrace the Ubuntu spirit and wanting to contribute positively to our humanity, here's one right here by the name of Patience. So good for you, my brother.
Thank you. I'm very humbled. Just a bit of background to the poem I'll be reciting. The title is Will You Love Me? And it's very relevant to us today in a time when we had the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. These questions came up, questions about which humans we value more than others, and whether other people are undeserving of prayers. I wrote this poem at the time when France has had some terrorist attack, I think 2016 or 2017. And I felt that everyone was saying, let's pray for France. And at that time, I felt like other people's lives had been ignored. So I wrote this poem to ask if people will ever love other people. So I ask you today, will you love me? So this is the poem. Will you love me when I'm dead? Oh dear, even then, will you love me? I mean, when I am as good as gone, when I'm only but spirit, when I peep into your social media, will you not pray for me at least? If prayer is as warm as you preach it to be, is it too much to ask? Will you love me at all? Will you love me when I become as light-skinned as you are? Will you love me when I convert to your faith? Even then, will you love me? Will you love me when I speak your tongue? When I score more than A++ on my English test? Will you love me when I let you take what you acknowledge to be mine? When I become patient and quiet at the same time, in the hope of reconciliation? Will you love me when you kill millions of my people far away and still call me a terrorist? And yet act surprised when I knock on your door? That is after I have been smoked out of a place I call home. If home makes sense to you beyond your own home, Will you love me? Will you love me when I get paid less than you, but still have the courage to give birth to individuals like you? I mean, your brothers. Will you love me? Will you love me when I tell you that pro-life is a choice too, and therefore pro-choice as well? Or is it not a choice? Will you love me when my dream of a Black president comes true? Or will you contradict your past measurements and call him your own? Will you judge me by whom I choose to love, even when it is clearly not your business? Will you love me when I'm not as able as you are? Or will you unfairly expect me to do as well as others like me, that achieve the heroism you demand of me? Will you love me? Oh dear, will you even ever love me? Will you ever love? Will you love me when I tell you the story of a person that will never see his privileged position and never understand the politics of color, yet wishes to see something at least? You might have killed me, but you will never kill this dream. And when you die, just like I was forced to die, you will meet me here, where we shall actually be equals. Maybe you need to kill something tonight, and maybe it is your special place, but maybe you need to. Thank you very much.
Yay, 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 yay,
Oh
yay,
my
yay,
gosh, it's so deep.
Yeah.
Powerful piece. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for just joining us, all the way from Uganda. I appreciate that. That's a powerful piece. Yeah, I might have to connect with you. I want to hear that again. And I think we need to do something with that piece. We need to do something with that. Or maybe connect with, there's a group called Kinfolk that you could do something with.
It's
We can
officially
do
signed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
signed actually to the label. He
so-
knows that.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I'm finding things out now.
Yeah.
But no, man, that's a powerful piece.
I'm an artist in residence in the House of Hope.
Well, maybe one day everyone that's on this call will get to experience the House of Hope. Seriously, very powerful piece. Loved it. We'll talk more, but thank you. All right, and then there was one, and I'm always grateful when everyone sticks around. Alexandra sends her love. She had a bit of a headache and she had to leave, so but everyone has stuck it out. I always tell people this is like like a love story. When you come to these online recitals, everyone's full of juice at the beginning, but then you get to the last and people start falling off. But no, outside of Alexandria, and she would like profusely apologize for having to leave. Everyone has stuck it out. So last but not least is another new friend of mine. I shouldn't say new anymore. You're just a friend. Discovered her in another open mic forum that I need to start returning to, but just love her energy. And then she shared with us a couple of shows ago, and people were very taken with her words. And I love the fact that we probably shared the same era back in New York during those crazy civil rights times and protesting times. So anyway, I'll shut up and say, my friend Kate, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful time it is to be with you, and welcome back from a wonderful grieving union with your family. Yes. So I have two poems, and I will sing through them so that everyone can just rejoice in what you've brought today with our Kinfolk Nation. I grew up in the East Coast, and I knew I needed to have another experience from New Jersey and Boston and Washington, D.C. They gave me a very strong ladder to climb into my adulthood, but I knew that there was something more. So I joined my family in Colorado. And the first poem that I have, I wrote 50 years ago. Experience. I wrote it more recently, but it's from 1970s. And it's called Canyon de Chez. Blue, clear skies, keen eyes navigate a descending narrow trail, dried riverbed, welcoming winter warmth, distant views across the arroyo, Dene people descending narrow trails, carrying their harvesting baskets, a terraced garden, tall corn stalks join an orchard, an adventurous spirit I cross, overcome, cloaked in a sudden chill, cliff dwellings in shadows, yielding dark western clouds billowing. Lightning bolts ignite the sky, Dene people no longer in view. Ground thundering under my feet. Whoa, run fast, back to the other side. Horses galloping around the bend, racing ahead of swelling wall of water, folding over, crashing in, not to be trampled. Agility, fear born. My fingers gnaw the rocks ascending the cliff, hooves pounding past, escaping a flood, water wall dissipating. Every majestic color stampede. Thank you.
Mm.
Oh.
Wow.
That's arriving in a van with a whole van load of women that were too lazy to get out. And I descended down in there and went, whoa! They had no idea what I went through, but there it is.
I just felt like I just stepped into this white blank canvas and I watched you paint this. Yeah. Like, that was brilliant. Well done. Well done. And that's 50 years old.
Yeah, that was from 50 years ago. Yes, I was quite young, in my late teens, and so 30 years ago, I stepped on the soil of Africa. I had arrived in the beginnings place of our earth. I saw God in the eyes of the people everywhere. Being in touch with this motherland, I removed myself from the murmurs of the large group. I had been bestowed and all expenses paid for an experience I never realized the depth of what I would have. And it taught me so much. And I will bring more to the stories of that trip on another adventure with you, Raleigh. But teaching me some of the sense of a beginnings place. Sometimes I write so much after following politics and our demonstrations, and then I go back to the beginnings place and what it taught me to look around. So now I share a very short poem with you. I hope I have not repeated myself. I'm not a fan of repetition.
Okay.
Fox and the soul of a woman. lone fox in my yard stopped in its tracks, listening. Thoughts spelled out in code. No interruption. Night fox and a woman's soul, each late for the dawn. Watching the clouds sail, listening in silence. Snowflakes fall gently. Dark sky stars ascend, heaven sent. How will I know you? Long memory now. Fox listened to my thoughts. Stopped in its tracks. Keen listening. I spelled out my code. There was no interruption. A lovely song rang out under night's fading moonlight. A fox and the soul of a woman await the dawn. Long-lasting, ancient echoes resound, weaving change for the best outcome in the round. I love you all. I love you. Love you.
Love you too, my friend. Thank you so much. We definitely have to connect, have a one-on-one recital now. I want to hear more of your stories because you have amazing stories, and I love how you keep saying going back to the beginning place, right? The beginning place. So thank you so much for gracing us again. I was not going to recite, but you guys inspired me to share a couple of pieces, and I'm gonna share the pieces that I've written about 10 pieces since Iris passed, but I'll recite the first three I wrote in honor of her. So just bear with me 1 second. All right, this first one, no title is needed. I'll just read the words. This nightmare is like a traffic jam. It's catching a breath. It's walking into the unknown. It's knowing, but hoping you are wrong. It's a smelly, small room in a hospital. It's the ear-piercing cry of her mother. It's not knowing how to feel. It's a state of shock, not knowing what shock is. It's hearing the words, but not taking them in. It's watching my son stare into the daylight. It's not knowing how I'm going to tell her older brother. It's watching her older brother break down. It's watching her Baba crying while being hospitable. It's being in a dream, but it's real. It's waiting, no, hoping you'll wake up. It's hearing the worst sound in the world, a mother's pain from the loss of her child. It's listening to grandmothers consoling each other. It's knowing this is beyond surreal. It's asking, what fucking plan? It's where in the plan is this madness? It's remembering to breathe. It's seeing you so still, head tilted like you're asleep. It's knowing you're at peace. It's not feeling Irie because she's gone. That's the very first piece I wrote that same day she passed. So, and then this piece I wrote the very next night. It rained hard the evening you left. Hard. It was a hard rain with angry winds on a stormy Toronto night. I stood in the shelter of the front porch in the numbness of connected sadness. It felt like a sign from you that you had gone home to recharge, awaiting the call back to the show and your next adventure. Despite the roaring winds in my ears, I heard the wind chimes angelic calm, along with the sound of waterfalls from the rainwaters that flooded through gutted pipes. Many pools took form on the driveway as raindrops carried the rhythmic rhythms of tsunamis. The wind aggressively pushed the water across the blacktop like a child using the garden hose in your toy. The collective madness of that moment matched the intensity and magnitude of the past 24 hours. It was like you saying, look, Dad, I'm okay and happy. I've let go of the hurt. I'm in pain no more. There was a calming surrealness to the moment as I stood, arms wrapped around you in the storm of a Toronto night. And then this last piece I wrote, this was put on the back of a prayer card that, so. We gather to celebrate her life in this moment of grief, to say our goodbyes and remember the life she lived. As we cling to the gift of memories that are yours now, the love that she is now and forever yours to recall. To bathe in the delightful joy in our moments of solitude. Out of her good night's rest, angels applaud her grandeur. For they know she will shine upon the springtime blossom. So let these words serve as a gift to all who loved her. In the calm of my voice and my breath, I know she's in pain no more. For she again is a child of the universe, forever yours. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. No, it's not sad.
Yeah.
It's not at all. I know, someone mentioned it before, energy can never be destroyed, nor can it be created. And if it's created, there's only one entity that has that power. So I know I will walk with my daughter was named Irie and the body is now rested. But the energy, the essence of who she is constant. As long as I have breath in my body, she lives. I hear her all the time. I speak with her all the time. My love for her has not changed one iota. She's just physically gone. I still have 3 children that I proudly say I'm their father. It's just that one is no longer physically here. And that's the beauty of life. We are spirit that's housed in this physical body. And that in order to enter this world, we must forget just how powerful and who we actually are, because then it would hinder this experience that we're here to have. I was born to die, just like my daughter was born to die. Yeah. So I appreciate the condolences and the thoughts, but I'm good. Don't get me wrong, I've had my moments. I live physically like you do as well, but overall I'm good. So today was further therapy for me, and I will take this now and share it with my family. My sister and her kids are off watching my nephew play football, which is really cool. I'll talk to my mom later and share it because she wants to know how this is going to go, because this is my first. I see my beautiful niece that's on here that decided she was going to show Jessica. Thank you for coming. So I'm not going to tell you not to be sad. You can be sad all you want. I'll just tell you that I'm good. I'm Irie. I'm feeling Irie. I feel joy. I feel the love. I feel the spirit that we are. And that's what we are. We are spirit. And there's nothing that can take that away from me. And I accept it was her time to pass. So, if life is important to you, which I believe it is, I invite you to embrace the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful of life. That's why we're here, is to experience it all, not some of it. And it all makes us who we are. spirit floating, looking to connect with each other and remember just exactly who we are in this physical incarnation. And I am spirit. I am Yah. I am Allah. I am all that there is. And there has never been a disconnect or separation from anything, just like I have never not been connected to you. The mere fact that we breathe the same air, we walk the same earth, we drink the same water. All of us come from woman, and death will visit us all in this physical incarnation. But we will float, and we will exist, and we will laugh, and we will cry, and we will love again. I love you all. I don't just say that blindly. So as we depart and go off to enjoy our days and do the things that will hopefully replenish our spirit, remember we are connected. We are one. There is only one race on this planet. It's human. That's made up of 31 different flavors. Thank Yah, we all look differently.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, Kinfolk. Thank you for blessing us with your rhythms, with your words of wisdom. Thank you, fellow poets, for sharing yourself, sharing your experience in your life. And for those who decided to join us this Sunday morning, I hope it touched you in a way that you couldn't imagine and that you will return. If you haven't joined me on Facebook, reach out to me. I want to get to know and talk to you all. And for the next recital next month, if you want to recite, let me know. Like I said, this isn't an open mic, it's an invited thing, but I'm always open to connecting with new poets that I've never heard, like our friend Marianne today, who shared us with her brilliance. So I invite you to write and share, because we are human.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. Love you all.
Tell brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell my brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long.
And even as we depart,
Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers
I speak to all of you to say thank you so much for living, for breathing, for existing, for giving us just another day to feel right again, to tell stories, to just exist. Today, I received the gift of life. I received the gift of life from strangers, strangers near and strangers far. And so when I cried, I was lost for words. What I was seeing in my eyes was so beautiful. Even the sadness and the pain was so beautiful.
Tell mama, tell papa,
that I know we are all together.
I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers I'll be home soon. Tell uncle, tell auntie it's been long. Tell mama, tell papa, tell brothers I'll be home soon.
And
Tell
tell uncle
uncle,
and tell
tell
auntie
auntie it's
it's
been
been
long.
long.
Tell
So it's
mama,
been long
tell
since we
papa,
last
tell
met,
brother,
but here
be
again we
home
meet
soon. Tell
on this
uncle,
planet,
tell
on this
auntie it's
experience,
been
to share this
long.
moment.
Tell
So when we
mama,
all go back
tell
home,
papa, tell brother,
I know the gods will clap.
tell
They'll say,
uncle,
yes,
tell auntie.
you guys had a good one there, eh? Yeah.
Tell
So thank you,
mama,
Raw. Thank you for
tell
living. Thank you
papa,
for breathing. Thank you for
tell
embracing life. And
brothers
thank you
I'll
all
be home soon.
for
Tell
writing,
uncle, tell auntie
for just being
it's
alive.
long.
It's been a pleasure to meet you all. It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been a pleasure to share. It's been a pleasure to be alive. Thank you so, so much. You filled my heart so much. I needed this so, so much, more than I imagined. And I thank you all. I just wish all the best for you. And I hope you keep going on your journey. You keep shining your light even brighter, but even more so, let your sun burn.
Yeah.
Let it burn. Yeah.
Love you all, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you
I look
so
forward to
much.
seeing you all again next month. And stay tuned. Like I said, I'll be putting this out probably tomorrow, and I'll try and tag you all in it. And if for some reason we're not Facebook friends, please remember to add me so I can reach out to you. I love you all. I love you all. Just remember, Ubuntu, I am because you are.
Do, do, do. Mic drop.
Okay, I'm out.
I'm out. Right there.